Hello, I'm Annette from Count on Coop, and I help you create a math classroom that's not only creative, but fun and rigorous. And today I'm going to be sharing with you how to add the math to create this collaborative math bulletin board with your students. So behind me, we've got In My Math Era collaborative bulletin board, and I'm going to show you a few more so you can get an idea of what these kind of look like when they're all done. So each of these collaborative bulletin boards are 30 pieces that come together to create the board. So students will complete one math page and then they will get one piece of the entire bulletin board to color and then comes together with their classmates to create this really neat bulletin board. So I have some sports themed ones, some seasonal ones, holiday ones, and general mathy ones. All right, so let me show you what you get when you download one of these. So first it's going to show you the size of the bulletin board. It's about 4 feet by 3 feet 4 inches. And then it's going to give you an idea of what the overall picture will look like in shrunken form. So all on one page. And this is the layout guide about how to put it on your bulletin board, how to display it onto your bulletin board. And then we have a color by letter. Let me just show you the other pieces. Then this is what you will be able to edit. This is also an editable page. And then goes to the student coloring. So this would be number 1. See in the bottom right corner, I numbered them. Number 1 of the student coloring pages. These are not editable because they're already formatted for the picture themselves. So when you download this, all you have to do is add whatever math topic you want onto these pages and then print out and go. So if you're like, whoa, that's overwhelming, that's a lot of math to do, which you can do it. I believe in you. But if you're like, that's too much and you just want the general picture, I've also included a page where you can just cut these into strips. This is the color code. And this is how you would need to color those pages. So you can cut out a strip, have a student do one page, come together with the 30 pages, and it would still create the bulletin board for you. Now, if you're getting a little bit braver and you want to add the math, I'm going to give you some suggestions. Okay, so I start with the answer key page because I always want my answers fully on the page so I know exactly where things are going. So I kind of tell you on the side with the directions and give you an example of what a finished page would look like. These are editable, so you would just write order of operations, answer key, okay, or whatever topic that you're working on. Now here, this is the table that you would fill in with your questions. If you are just using these for personal use, so I would go into my textbook and find 20 questions that would work for whatever topic you're on. I highly suggest going into PowerPoint and using the equation tool, and it will kind of pop up this like italicized equation, and you can use these tools up top here. So you might say, okay, I want 2 plus 3 minus 4, which you can use on your keyboard, or you can use some of the like division or make it a fraction, right? You can use the fraction tool to make it a fraction. You might have to adjust the sizing a little bit if you are using word problems or fractions or anything like that. So once you're done with that, you might want to have your answer here. All right. If you're doing, I'm just going to delete that. You can also change to left justify it so it's all in one line, which is what I prefer. You can use your arrow to get out of the equation editor and change the font if you want to write your answer here. So your answer would be 1, and you would just put a 1 here. Now, this is number 1, right? So I'm going to go over here to my table and write the answer to number 1 right here. So I would actually, I probably shouldn't have 1 as your answer, but you're going to write the number 1 here. And that's the answer to number 1. And when the students actually complete the activity, they're going to write light green in here. It's in red to note that this is the answer key, so I would delete all of the red boxes before the students got them. Okay, then if I wanted to add another equation or something, I might write insert equation, and then I want to do 9 times, you can use the dot right here, or you can use the multiplication sign, 9 times 20. Okay, and I'm going to go back home and left justify it. And our answer, I'm going to use my arrow key to get out of the equation editor, and I'm going to write 180. I'm going to make it red just so I remember to delete it. Okay, now if I have 180 here, this is number 2. I'm going to go over here to my table, and I'm going to look for number 2's answer. Number 2's answer here is going to be 180. And you would keep going through those until you have all 20 of your questions and your answers filled out here. So it's kind of essentially like a matching activity where they're going to match their answers. Now, once you've completed this, so I'm going to pause you and I'm going to fill in more questions. I'm going to show you what I would do as my next step. All right, so I filled in most of I completed the questions on this side, and then I filled in most of the answers, and this I'm just going to review. We're going to go 18. The answer is 19, so I'm going to go here, 18 answer. I'm going to delete it and write 19. For 19, I'm going to delete it and write 15. And for 20, I'm going to delete 20's answer and write 13. That is all you have to do for this page. Then what I would go ahead and do is take this and just highlight all of those, press Control C or copy, go to the page before, and just fill in those numbers. Okay? So now you have all your answers where they belong, but no answer for the students to see. Then you're going to go here and you're going to copy this as well. And you're going to paste it in where these questions are. This is the activity title for the students. So you would say order of operation. And then you would go ahead and delete the answers so the students don't see those. And that's it. What you would want to completely print out for the students is this page that the students can work on. So they would be completing these order of operations problems and then filling in the answer over on the right table. So when they get their answer here, they're going to find it here and then type in, or not type in, they're going to write in like light green and the color that they need to color that letter. Okay, so that's what you need for the students is just this page, and then print out one of these, or print out all 30 of them because they go together to create the bulletin board. But students would just have to copy one. You can either do it in like partnership, depending on how many students you have. If you have 30 students, it's perfect. There's 30 different pages, one per student. If you have less than 30 students, you would maybe have them complete more than one. If you have more than 30 students, you might want to have them work in partnerships to color one of the pages. When it all comes together, it's going to be a giant bulletin board for your students to see, and they get to just look at all their work put into action, put into a bulletin board. I love these for like when you have to cover up your bulletin boards for like testing. You could have these cool coloring activities where they're looking at their hard work and just remembering that they can do it. They can tackle math. They can, they're having some fall fun, or whatever. I am Annette from Count on Coop, and I'm here to help you create awesome activities for your math classroom where your students are being creative and so are you. And we're going to make math fun again. So if you liked this video or if you're interested in any of these coloring activities, they're linked below. And follow me for more tips and tricks for your math classroom.